Two guys back for the Lanphier Lions. We haven't given them a chance to run with the football. We've had the little short pop-up kicks down to about the 40-yard line, so that second line of offensive players for Lanphier will probably get the kick there from Ryan Boyd for the Railsplitters. We get ready to start the second half. The clock is set, 12 minutes for the third quarter, and here's the little onside kick, and it's fielded by the Lions. That's their fine running back. Railers trying to run him down. He's going around the right side, and he's finally ran out of bounds. That was Jarius Jackson for the Lanphier Lions. He ran out of bounds in Lincoln territory.
Well, he's a fast runner, and he was up tight. You know, he was in the second line of receivers there, and the ball was kicked short, as you said, Bob, and he picked it up on the run and went clear to the right sideline, to their sideline, turned it up and got it into Lincoln territory, where they're going to start with great field position here.
Good coaching job there by Jason Nixon, putting his good hands running back there in the second line of the special teams for the Lanphier Lions. Jonte Lee going to operate out of the shotgun at the Lincoln 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Man in motion. Lee's got it, fakes the handoff. He did hand it off. Here comes the running back around the left side, and he's tackled. That was number 21. That was Cameron Smith, and then number 21 for Lincoln tackled him. That was Alex Linares.
Yeah, Linares did a nice job of running him down and keeping him from getting that first down, but he got down into the 39-yard line, an 8-yard pickup.
Second down and a deuce for the Lanphier Lions. Jonte Lee brings the play back into the huddle. As we start this third quarter, the Railsplitters lead the Lions 14-7. Going to have two men to the near side here, receivers, two on the right side for a Jonte Lee. He's going to operate out of the gun. He's got the snap, and he wants to throw right side, and it's incomplete. Man was wide open, threw it right into his hands, and he couldn't hang on to it. He probably heard the footsteps of Nathan Pudnight coming.
He might have, but the ball, as you said, was right to his hands, and it just kind of bounced off, and that's what happens a lot of times to teams that are 1-6 coming into the game, 1-5, I'm sorry.
Ball just across the 39-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Lions.
Big third down, but you almost think here in the second half this is 2-down territory for them on the Lincoln 39-yard line.
Railsplitter defense is set. Lobenstein up there at the nose guard. The defensive ends are Gage Wilson and Zach Montcalm. Free safety is Austin Sparrow. There's the snap to Lee, and he's going to keep it. Try to take it around the right side for the first down. Still on his feet, and the Railers grab him. Pudnight was one of the guys there for the Railsplitters. They stopped him from getting the first down. Pudnight came from behind and pulled him backwards, and a couple of Railers hit him up top.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated as he kept the ball and went around the outside, Bob, and that hesitation gave the defense a chance to close on him, and they did a nice job, kept him from falling forward, and threw him for actually a little bit of a loss back to almost the 40.
Nathan Pudnight there for the Railsplitters. 4th and 3 for the Lions as they come to the line of scrimmage. Early third quarter, 10:20 on the clock. Railsplitters lead the Lions 14-7. Jonte Lee out of the shotgun, 4th and 3. He's got it. He's going to quickly throw it sideline. It's complete, and a first down along the sideline he goes, and he's going to take it in for a touchdown. We'll try and pick up who that is. You see who that is? Corrington Jones in for the touchdown.
It was a 4th and about 2, less than 2 for the first down. They just threw a quick pass out to the right side to the flat. And Lincoln missed a tackle initially, and then he broke down the sideline and outran the defense.
14-13. Lincoln leads it by 1, and Lanphier will attempt the extra point. There's the extra point attempt. Corrington Jones. There's the snap, the kick, straight on through the uprights, and it's tied. 14-14. That was Corrington Jones on the extra point. We'll be back in 60 seconds. That's Nathan Pudnight at the 15. Pudnight up to the 20, to the 25. Slashes through, and he's up to the 35-yard line. Nice run back there by Nathan Pudnight for the Railsplitters.
Yeah, he got some blocking and got a nice little hole before he got just across 35. It's going to be right on the 35-yard line. Good field position to start this drive. Lincoln needs to offensively do what they did the first half, and that's ball control, make a nice long march and take up some time and get to the end zone.
Out of the gun, Andrew Young, their own 35. Here's the snap. Handoff, Titus Cannon.
Bowers having a nice game here tonight, Bob, both offense and defensively. Got some nice yardage on that play. Anytime you get 4 or more on first down, you feel awfully good offensive because you can run just about anything you want on second down.
2nd and 4 for Andrew Yount and the Lincoln Railsplitters. Berglund up over the football. Long count, snap to Yount. He wants to throw it. He's under pressure.
He's got to get rid of it.
He's got to turn it upfield, and there's a loss on the play. He may have got back to the 34-yard line. Loss of 2 for Lincoln there.
Yeah, when you get to the position where you're at, 2nd and short, in that case it was 2nd and 4, and you're trying to pass, you just need to get rid of the ball in a hurry, and if you can't have a receiver open, just throw it out of bounds or get it where nobody can catch it.
Titus Cannon checks in for the Railsplitters. It's going to be 3rd and 6 yards to go now for the Railsplitters as they operate out of the shotgun. 2 receivers here to the near side. KT Gerard on the far side of the field. Cannon in there at running back for Andrew Yount. Here's the snap. Cannon's got it right side, and he's got a first down, and they finally throw him down.
Yeah, I think he's short of the first down.
He's short. Okay, I was looking at the wrong guy.
Yeah, they got him down to 31. He picked up 3. That makes it 4th and 3. If I hadn't lost those 2 on that pass play, would have been close to the first down there.
6:22 left on the 3rd quarter clock. Tied up 14-14. Railsplitters Lions. 4th and 3. Direct snap for the Railsplitters. Ball knocked away, and it's going to be Lanphier football. Somebody punched it out of his hands as he's coming around the right side. So the Lions will take over. Would have been a first down, but the ball got punched out on the way.
First turnover for the Railers, a fumble there, and as you said, he was running a little wide because they had the middle stacked up pretty good, and he got around. I thought he had first down yardage. Somebody hit the ball, was in his arm, and he just hit it right on the ball, and it popped out.
Austin Newton in there for the Railsplitters, number 24 on the defense. Zach Montcalm up on the front line with Brock Lobenstein and Gage Wilson. Titus Cannon at a corner, along with Nathan Pudnight, Austin Sparrow at the free safety. Ajante Lee out of the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. Pitches to him. Right side, breaks a couple of tackles. It's number 14, and it looks like he may go. There's a couple Railers there with a chance to get him. It's going to be close, and they knock him out just before he gets there.
He's all the way down to the 2. Looks like.
Looked like A.J. Williams. A.J. Williams, a junior, 5'8", 158-pounder, and Lanphier takes it.
We got a penalty, I think.
They're going to bring it all the way back.
There's a flag right here. What a break for the Railers. Huge break.
Yeah.
Huge break. Because that was all the way down inside the 5, in the imminent scoring time. And
big break, as you said, Coach. Scores tied 14-14, 5:49 left on the 3rd quarter clock here from Handlin Field. You're listening to 96.3 FM. And we're streaming live on WLCNonline.com. And now the officials will talk.
That was a push in the back out here. It's a 10-yard walk-off from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be on about the 33-yard line, 32.
Lincoln got a break there, completely away from the play. The push in the back. Scott Lesson in there on defense for the Railsplitters. He wears the number 44. He's an outside linebacker. The other outside linebacker is Isaiah Bowers. He wears the number 33. The inside linebackers are Trent Whittam, Alex Linares, and Austin Newton for the Ajante Lee will operate out of the shotgun as he has all night. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Here's the snap. And they hand, that's 22, and he's got a first down and more before he's taken down.
And on the previous play in this one, both, Bob, the Railers defense has missed some tackles, and they didn't do that in the first half hardly at all, but they have on these last two plays, and they resulted in big gains.
That was Jarius Jackson. Isaac Duringer checks in on defense for the Railsplitters. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Lincoln 49-yard line. They stopped the clock at 5:42. Now it's on the move. 5:40 left in the third quarter. Still a tie score. Lincoln Railsplitters 14, Lanphier Lions 14. Jonte Lee going to operate out of the shotgun again. They long count it just like the Railsplitters. Here we go. Lee wants to throw this time. Right side, and a good hit over there by one of the Railsplitters. He hit the man as soon as he caught it.
Who was that?
I think it was Nathan Pudnight.
I saw him coming. I thought almost for a second he was in a position for a pick.
Yeah.
And he'd have gone the distance had he done it, but he was made a nice hit on the receiver so he wouldn't catch it.
2nd and 10 for the Lions. You see, Jonte Lee never goes to the sideline. It's always the sub that comes in with it.
Bring him in to play up.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 for the Lions. 5:10 left for the third quarter. Lions operate out of the gun. They'll long count it again just like the Railsplitters. Man in motion. Here's the snap and the pitch. Here he comes around the left side, and he's wrapped up, but not before he picked up a few yards. That's Isaiah Bowers on the tackle for the Railsplitters.
And another nice job of stringing that out and turning him in so he couldn't get around the corner where he could run long down the sideline. They turned him in and made a nice tackle on the 44-yard line.
3rd and 4 at the 44. Clock still on the move. 4:40 left for the third quarter. Ball on the near side hash mark. Center up over the football for the Lions. They've got two receivers to each side of the offensive line. Lee out of the shotgun. Hands off his running back, and he's gonna have a first down.
Oh,
fumble! Lincoln football. Excellent. That was Alex Linares. I believe that was Alex Linares that picked up that fumble. Yeah.
That's a Lanphier's third turnover of the night. Now they've got an injured player on the field. I think that's 20. He's getting up. 22.
Trayvani Morton. No, that's 22. That's a good running back. That's Jarius Jackson.
I think he's all right, though.
Yeah. He's mad. They're taking him off. 1st and 10 for the Railsplitters at their own 38-yard line. 4:21 left on the third quarter clock. Player's all right. He's just mad because they're taking him out of the game.
It's another good break for the Railers. They've had a couple on that drive.
You think it's a concussion? Yount out of the shotgun at his own 38. Long count. Yount's got it. Hands off. Titus Cannon at the 40 to the front of the 45.
Huge running room there off the right side.
Big Noel Moore on the side there. Morgan along with Zach Montcalm.
Unofficially, we got Cannon for 20 carries now in this game, Bob, and he's a workhorse, and he's done it all year long.
Ball at the 46. 2nd and 3 for the Railsplitters. Railsplitters in those home red uniforms with the green helmets and the white jersey pants. Yount out of the shotgun. Berglund in the center. Here's the snap. Titus Cannon keeps those feet moving. He's got a first down. He's just across the 50-yard line, Titus Cannon. 1st and 10 for the Railsplitters.
The Railers have done it most of the year, Bob. They just find the guy that's getting the yards, and the most time it's Titus Cannon, and they just work him, and he keeps delivering.
Alex Linares checks back in for the Railsplitters. Yount's got the play, goes into the huddle. Thanks to all our fine sponsors for bringing us Lincoln Rail Splitter football. 3:20 left on the third quarter clock. Tie game, 14-14, Rail Splitter Lions. Quentin Bone here to the near side. Yount up under center. And he's going to pitch it. That's Titus Cannon, and nothing there. He lost a yard. He got it back to the 50-yard line.
Uh-oh.
And now a penalty, a little extracurricular activity, and I think some guys might be leaving the game, Coach.
Yeah, let's just wait and see here. I didn't see it start.
Jacob Berglund over there defending one of his teammates.
There's a lot of yellow flags down, so we'll see how they sort this out.
It's a heated battle out there. Let's hope they don't kick anybody out. Trent Whittam checks in for the Rail Splitters.
And they're going to discuss it here and decide what to do. The play was over, I thought.
Yeah. A couple of guys got tied up over there. They didn't like each other.
Here's a signal. Unsportsmanlike, Lincoln. Same thing on Lanphier. Offsetting. Everybody stays in the game. Start over.
Excellent. After the peace talks, offsetting penalties. Ball just across the Lanphier 49-yard line.
So was that Cannon? I didn't see who carried that. That was Cannon.
Yeah.
When in doubt, pick Titus Cannon.
Yeah. He's still in the backfield back there with Andrew Yount out of the shotgun. 1st and 10 for the Railers. Second and 10. Well, they got the ball at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, the person with the stick over there isn't quite in the right spot. But
Yount looks back at the clock. Long count it. Offsides. That'll be a 5-yard walk-off, so that'll take it from the 48 to the 43. Alex Linares and Nathan Pudnight going to check in for the Rail Splitters.
I imagine there's a little frustration on the defensive side for the Lions right now. Lincoln's been able to move the ball pretty consistently here in the first 3 quarters of this game, and I don't think they were expecting that.
2nd and a nickel for the Rail Splitters. They'll direct snap it. Berglund snaps Titus Cannon. Cannon looking for running room right side, and he plunges ahead to the 41-yard line. He's going to still be a couple yards short of a first down.
That time he pretty much made something out of nothing, Bob. He didn't have any place to run, no running room, and he just dove low and dove forward for a couple yards.
3rd and a long one for the Rail Splitters.
Just like the first half here, Bob, the time of possession has been in the Railer favor here in this 3rd period.
They'll direct snap it again. That's Isaiah Bowers. He's got the first down and more, and he's down to the 37-yard line. 4-yard pickup there by Isaiah Bowers. They stop the clock to move the chains. 2:04 on the 3rd quarter clock. We're tied. Lincoln Rail Splitters 14, Lanphier Lions 14. Bowers brings it out to the 37-yard line. He got some good blocking up there. Now the clock's on the move again. 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters. Here's the snap. That's Bowers again. Bowers stays on his feet, gets across the 35-yard line down to about the 33.
He started on 37, so if you get 4 yards in every play, Bob, you're going to get to the pay dirt here pretty soon. It takes a little while, but positive yards every play, that's what the coaches want.
They spotted at the 33-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Lincoln Rail Splitters. They'll direct snap it again. Berglund on the long count. This is Titus Cannon. Cannon, nothing going there. They drop him for a loss. Back at the 37-yard line, Lanphier saw what was coming there, and they were right on Cannon back at the 37.
Yeah, one of the few times he's lost yards on a run, Bob, but that time he dropped, went back 4 yards, and going to set up a 3rd and long for the Railers, but still a good drive going here. They just need to they got 2 downs to get the first.
We're in the red on the clock. Third quarter, 40 seconds left as Berglund comes up over the ball at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a direct snap again for the Railers. Here's a snap. Oh, reversal. That was Nathan Pudnight got the reverse, but Lanphier read it and took him down for another loss back at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that play didn't have a chance because the defense got through the line and was in the backfield waiting for him as he tried to come around the opposite side, Bob. As you said, about a 4-yard loss.
They'll let the clock run out here for the third quarter, and it's going to be tied. Lincoln Railsplitters 14, Lanphier Lions 14. We'll be back in a minute. It's going to be Scott Lesson on the long snap to Quentin Bone, and he gets it away. A low line drive. It's going to be tough to handle, and it's going to roll into the end zone. Railsplitters tried to get down there to down it, but the Lions are going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, the best thing about that is no return, and anytime they get in the open field, you kind of worry about a long return, and so they're going to start on their 20, 80 yards away from the end zone. If Lincoln defense can have another good stop like they've had already tonight, then they should get some good field position.
Lincoln defense on the field. Nose guard is Brock Labenstein. He's a senior. The defensive ends are Gage Wilson, a sophomore, and Zach Montcalm. He's a senior. The inside linebackers are Trent Whittam, Alex Linares, and Austin Newton. The outside linebackers, Scott Lesson and Isaiah Bowers. The corners are Nathan Pudnight and Titus Cannon. And the free safety is Austin Sparrow. As Lee gets ready to operate out of the shotgun for the Lions. He's got a man in motion. Here's the snap. Hands off to his tailback, and Bowers hits him, stacks him up at the 20-yard line. Bowers hit him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that looked like a little running room for him, and it closed in a hurry by the defense. And as you said, Bauer put the final hit on him to drop him for maybe just a 1-yard gain. Good defense by the Railers.
Bowers is a junior, 6-footer, 175, came from his outside linebacker position to knock him down right at the line of scrimmage.
For the 3 quarters, Bob, the Railers have been outgained 195 to 188, so pretty even stats on yardage in the first 3 periods.
Lanphier comes to the line of scrimmage. They'll go long count. They've got receivers 2 to each side. Lee out of the shotgun. And he wants to throw. He looks, throws along the side. He's got a man wide open, and it's incomplete. Good coverage out there by Nathan Pudnight again for the Railsplitters.
Well, sorry, Bob. He got beat deep initially, but he closed in a hurry as the ball was arriving and got there to help break it up. So good recovery by Pudnight, good coverage by the Railers.
Ball at the 21, 3rd and 9 for the Lanphier Lions. Stop the clock on the incompletion. 10:53 left for the football game. Tie game. Lincoln Railsplitters 14, Lanphier Lions 14. Thanks to all our fine sponsors. I know you fans are enjoying it out there. The Railers in a battle tonight. Trips to the right side for the Lanphier Lions. One receiver on the left. Ajante Lee out of the shotgun. He's got the snap. Wants to throw along the sideline. He's got his receiver, and he's hit and knocked down. That's going to be a 1st down for the Lions.
Cannon came up and put a lick on him. They both went down. I think they're both all right, but yeah, he was open for the reception and the 1st down, unfortunately, on a 3rd and long.
That was Kalfani Coleman, junior, 5'9", 182-pounder. Lee put it right on the money. Receiver was wide open. Coleman. Ball at the Lanphier 32-yard line, 1st and 10. As Coach told you, Titus Cannon made a nice hit on him. He didn't get any running room after he made the catch. Lee out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Goes along the sideline. And the Railers finally take him down. Cannon's there, stopping short of the 1st down. That was Cameron Smith for the Lanphier Lions. And he got it out to the Lanphier 42-yard line.
He put a couple moves on to get a few extra yards on the run after the catch, and it was tough for the defense because it looked like a run, and then all of a sudden he threw it out here to the sideline.
2nd and 2 for the Lions. Clock on the move here in the 4th quarter. 9:43 remains. Lions in their white road uniforms. The orange numerals and the black pants. Gonna long count it. Lee looks along the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun, he's got the snap. Hands off. Lanphier's got a first down, and they're finally tripped up. Got across the 50-yard line. That was Jarius Jackson for the Lions.
Another first down, and they're got a drive going now. They're in the Lincoln territory, just over the 50.
Checking back in on defense for the Railsplitters. That is Isaac Duringer. 1st and 10 for the Lions, just across the 50-yard line. Lincoln territory. Lee operates out of the shotgun. 9 minutes for the game. 1st and 10 Lions. Here's the snap. In the pitch in the backfield. Jackson along the sideline. He's tripped up. He's short of the first down. Got down to about the 41-yard line.
I think that was Scott Lesson tripping him up as you got around the corner there, Bob.
That was Jarius Jackson. Lesson stopping from getting the first down. 2nd and 2 for the Lions.
This drive started on their own 20, Bob, and they're out to the Lincoln 42 right now, and they've had 2 first downs, and they're moving the ball in some big chunks here on the ground.
They go with a receiver here on the near side. They got a man on the slot and another one on the far side of the field. Lee out of the gun. Drops back. Here, good pressure. Now he wants to run with it. And he's hit. That is Alex Linares stops him. A penalty on the play.
It might have been a face mask. I'm not sure. I hope not. And it was.
Took him down with the face mask.
I tell you, the quarterback there, he was trying to do a little juking there and got a little fancy, and Lincoln defender Linares came in and made a nice hit on him and stopped him, but he must have got his hand on the face mask.
So there's 2 different kind of face mask penalties. The inadvertence only 5 yards.
Yeah, it's shorter.
Yeah, that's what he got.
Yeah.
8:01 left for the game, and the Lions have got a first down at the Lincoln 37-yard line with a score tied 14s for the Lions and the Railsplitters. Corrington Jones split wide to the left. Lee out of the shotgun. Hands off to his running back. He's got running room. 20, 15, one man to beat along the sideline, and he's knocked out of bounds just before he got to the end zone. Jarius Jackson.
Well, he stopped by Nathan Pudnight down there, and not before he got down on the 1-yard line. So Pudnight didn't give up. He kept running hard and got there and put a good hit on him, but they are knocking on the door.
1st and goal for the Lions. Clock stopped at 7:34 for the 4th quarter. Going to be tough to stop the Lions here at the 1 on a 1st and goal. Lee's going to operate out of the shotgun. Got the snap. Jarius Jackson. Touchdown, Lions. That's going to make the score. Lanphier 20 and the Railsplitters 14 with 7:31 left for the game. It'll be Corrington Jones to attempt the extra point. So many times we see the soccer-style kickers. He just kicks it straight ahead, Jones.
Yeah, and this would be nice here. Tough defensive series there for the Railers. They got some big runs, some big yardage and big chunks, and then that was just a 2-yard straight ahead.
It'll be Jacob Whitfield on the long snap and Joseph Valeria on the. And here's the kicks, no good.
Wow, no flag either. I
Shanked it off to the right side. Corrington Jones.
I thought Lincoln's left side jumped a little early, a couple guys, but they didn't throw a flag, and I think that put a little extra pressure on him, and he, as you said, shanked it to the right. But
15 as Corrington Jones missed that point after, and now Jones will kick it away to the Railsplitters. Here we go. He kicks it deep. Titus Cannon at the 15, 20, 25. Cannon on a nice run back. Titus Cannon to the 38-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, he just, after he caught the ball on the 15, Bob, he just kind of hesitated, waited looking for his opening. When he found it, he just burst through it, Bob, and took a couple hits and hung onto the ball and went down to the 39. Great return.
1st and 10 for the Railsplitters. 7:24 left for the game. The Railsplitters trail it by 6.
Yeah, they need a sustained drive here with no mistakes, no penalties, no negative yardage, and plenty of time to drive the field.
Railsplitters going with trips to the right side. Titus Cannon in the backfield with Andrew Yant. On the long count, Yant's got it. Here comes Cannon around the right side. Close to a first down. It's going to be close. He's down to the 48-yard line.
Nice.
Just short of the first down.
Yeah, nice first down run. He picked up 9. Looked like 9 yards. He's out to the 48. He's getting close to the 100-yard mark here for this game, and he's been the workhorse again.
Under 7 minutes for the game. Berglund up over the football. KT Gerard split here to the near side. Quentin Bone on the far side of the field. Yant out of the shotgun. He's got Titus Cannon back there with him. 2nd and 1 for the Railsplitters. Here's the snap. Cannon's got it. He's got a first down. He's across the 50, and he drags the Lions down to the 45-yard line, maybe farther. They're going to spot it at the 43-yard line. Cannon just took the student body with him down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, he's running those first 2 plays of this series like a man possessed, Bob, that he wasn't going to be denied, and he wasn't. We got an injured Railer on the ground.
One of the Railers blocking, leading the way. Injured on the ground. We've got...
Looks like
that's Morgan checking in for the Railsplitters.
I think that's Montcalm, number 63.
Zach Montcalm, we can't afford to lose him. He's one of our better players. Plays both ways on the field. Well, let's say a prayer for him. He's down a couple of guys out there working on him.
Double check the number for sure. I'm not sure if we got the right name. We're going to wait to be sure.
6:38, and the Railsplitters do take a knee out there on the field along with the Lions.
That was a first down run, a 5-yard run by Cannon to get the first down.
He's moving. It's a good sign. Prayers have been answered. He's going to walk off the field. He must have just had the wind knocked out of him. That is Zach Montcalm. Big, strong kid, and he's a senior, 6 foot, 200-pounder, and he's going to walk off the field. Railsplitters now at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the Lanphier 43-yard line out of the gun, and they fire the clock up again. 6:35 for the game. Lanphier leads it by 6, 2014. Here comes Titus Cannon, and he will not be denied. Titus Cannon down to the 37-yard line. A 6-yard pickup there by Titus.
Yeah, they'll make a nice drive if he can do that all the way to the goal line. We unofficially have him crossing the 100-yard mark for the game now, Bob.
2nd and 4 for the Railsplitters. Second game in a row. I believe he's been over 100 yards. KT Gerard here to the near side. Quentin Bone on the far side of the field. Long count. Berglund will snap it to Andrew Yant. Andrew Yant had the first touchdown. Lanphier shows blitz. Here's the snap. Titus Cannon. Looks like he's got the first down, Coach.
Yeah, he just kept driving behind his big lineman. He's got some big linemen up there pushing his way, and got it down to the 30 for another first down.
Railsplitters on the move with 5:43 on the 4th quarter clock, and now they fire it back up again. Yant back into the huddle. He gives them the play. On that offensive line, Brandon Smith at a tackle along with Big Noah Morgan. The guards are Isaac Duringer and Zach Montcalm. The center is Jacob Berglund. KT Gerard split here to the near side. Yount out of the shotgun. He hands it off. Left side. That is Isaiah Bowers on the run, and he drags him down to the 5-yard line. Isaiah Bowers off the left side of the offensive line. And Lincoln, first and goal down at the 5-yard line with 5:15 left for the football game. Now they're going to call it, they're going to say he's down at the 7.
Yeah, I think, yep, there you're right. But that was a nice big 23-yard pickup.
Isaiah Bowers getting some good blocking from his offensive line. First and goal. First and 10. Here's the snap. That's Bowers again. He dances, looks for running room, and he's at least at the 5. Big scrum out there.
He's close to the goal line, I think.
Is he?
Bob.
Close to the goal line.
I think so. See where they put it.
It'll be second down for the Railsplitters, as Coach told you, close to the goal line.
About the 2-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup.
6 feet out. 4:29 left for the game.
Yeah. I'll let the clock run a little bit.
Nathan Pudnight checks in for the Railsplitters. They're going to direct snap it. It's either going to be Cannon or Bowers, second and goal. It's Cannon. Cannon, he keeps his legs moving, and they're not going to signal a touchdown yet.
I think he got one. He's close.
Third down, third and goal for the Railsplitters.
I'll tell you what that does. That eats up another 25 seconds off the clock. You need to get it in now, though. It's third and about a yard and a half.
They'll direct snap it again. Bowers is going to try it. Left side, he's in for the touchdown. Isaiah Bowers on the left side, and that'll tie the game with 3:32 left in the game. Lincoln Railsplitters 20 and the Lanphier Lions 20.
Well, that time Bowers got the direct snap, and you said, Bob, and instead of going straight ahead, he kind of angled off to his left side, and that's where the running room was.
The young freshman, Alec Bogdanik, will attempt the extra point. It'll be Titus Cannon on the hold. Scott Lesson on the long snap to Titus Cannon. There's the placement. There's the kick. It's through the uprights, and Lincoln lead it by 1. The young freshman, Bogdanik, kicks it through the uprights, and the score, Lincoln Railsplitters 21, Lanphier Lions 20. We'll be back. 60. Bob Verderber, Coach Ken Schweitzer back here at Handlin Field. The Railsplitters lead it now. They scored on an Isaiah Bowers run off the left side of the line. They lead at 21-20. Here's the kick by Boyd. A little pop-up. Ooh, they're going to give him a chance to run it back. And that is Jarius Jackson. Looks like Jarius Jackson. Down across the 45 to the 44.
Yeah, that ball.
Is that 21?
I'm not sure. As you said, Bob, that ball was just kicked up in the air and made an easy catch for him.
Could have been Cameron Smith.
They brought it back across midfield into Lincoln territory to the 44-yard line.
Lincoln Railer defense is going to have to hold. 3:22 left for the game.
That's still, as you said, a long time with timeouts. I don't think either one have taken any this half, so both teams have their allotment of 3 timeouts remaining.
Jonte Lee is a junior. He's 6 foot, 160, the quarterback for the Lions. He's going to operate out of the shotgun. He'll long count it. There's the snap. Lee throws along the sideline, and a good wrap up over there.
That's a Pudnight that made the initial hit out there and made it slowed him down and waited for some help.
And then the help was Alex Linares. And they're going to spot it he might have got a yard out of it, just across the line of scrimmage. Yeah. 2nd and 9.
The key to that completion is it keeps the clock running.
It's on the move. 2:52 left for the game. The score is Lincoln Railsplitters 21, Lanphier Lions 20. You're listening to 96.3 FM, and we're streaming live on WLCN online Clock's at 2:38. Jonte Lee for Lanphier out of the shotgun. He's got a man in motion, got the snap, gives it to the man in motion. He's on the right side, breaks one tackle, and then he's wrapped up and then hit from behind. The man that hit him hard was big Zach Montcalm, number 63. But he had been, his forward motion had been stopped before then. They're going to stop the football at the 38-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 4.
About 6 yards on the play, but I'll tell you, the defense is flying around the field here, Bob. Getting a lot of red shirts on the ball.
We're under 2 minutes for the game. Minute 57. Lincoln 21, Lanphier 20. 2 receivers split out to the left. Here, 2 on the right here. Jonte Lee at the shotgun. He stands back at the 43. Ball's at the 38-yard line. Here's the snap. Lee hands. Good tackle there. That's 71.
Yeah, let me see.
71 for the Railsplitters on the tackle. That was Gage Wilson, a sophomore, 5'11", 240 pounds. Gage Wilson did a beautiful job of wrapping him up, Coach.
He came across the line of scrimmage and stopped him for a 2-yard loss, setting up a big 4th and 6. And it's the play of the game right now with a little over a minute to go.
You're right, Coach. This is for the game right here. 4th and 6. The last team, as Coach told you, that Lincoln beat in the Central State 8 was Lanphier Lions back in 2012. The last game we won was the last game of the year against Olympia that year. Been a long drought since then. The fans are going crazy, banging on the aluminum bleachers. Lee out of the shotguns, got the snap, hands off to the running back, and he is stopped.
Nice job.
See if we can pick up who made that stop here. That is Linares. Alex Linares made the stop. 47.3 seconds left for the game. There's a Lanphier Lion down on the field. He's just a little shook up. That's the running. That's Jarius Jackson.
Yes. He was down a little earlier in the game, too. The Railers take over on downs. Great defensive stop there. After that kick return, they were in Lincoln territory, and they were stopped cold by the Railer defense.
Well, around town, a lot of people said they had a chance, and they're going to be proven right if we can hold on to the ball for another 47.3 seconds.
Well, they've got 3 timeouts, I think. So rather than just take a knee, I'm not so sure I wouldn't run some play. Now Railers take
timeout Lincoln, and Lincoln leads at 21-20. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Lincoln up to the line of scrimmage. Berglund up over the football for the Railsplitters. Snaps it in the backfield. Lincoln's going to run a play. And we'll have to check and see who that was. That was Isaiah Bowers, and he got up across the 41. He picked up 3 yards, and right away probably...
I think a flag came out on the...
And a Lanphier player hurt.
Yeah, there's a flag over there. Right at the end of the play.
So is that going to be a 5 or a 15?
Yeah, it's a 15 personal foul against the Lions.
So that'll take it from where the running play stopped at the 41, and they'll march it across the 50 on downfield.
And now Lanphier takes a timeout with the clock stopped. So
with the ball at the 43, we'll take a timeout. Railers lead at 21-20. 30 seconds.
30, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now they could take a knee. Now they should take a knee and just let it run out.
Yeah.
Because now they only got 2 timeouts left.
Okay.
And it's first down, so
5,
just don't get hurt.
4, 3.
Bob Verderber, Coach Ken Schweitzer back here at Handlin Field with Lincoln Railsplitter football. And as you said, Coach, right here we should take the knee.
Well, we got the first down with the penalty, and there's 40 seconds left, and they only have 2 timeouts remaining, so we could effectively take a knee 3 times and run the clock out.
39.9 on the clock. The Railsplitters lead the Lions 21-20. The last time the Railsplitters won was the last game of the season back in 2012. Here's the snap. Yount takes the knee. And that'll get the clock running. Lanphier, did they call a timeout? I think they did.
Yeah, they did.
Timeout Lanphier. They stop it at 36 seconds.
That's their second timeout. We can keep it right here, Bob, because they will just that was just to stop the clock totally, so they won't take a long timeout here.
Next week, the Southeast Spartans will come to town against our Lincoln Railsplitters. The Lincoln Railsplitters lead this one 21-20 over the Lanphier Lions. And it's been a long time since they won a football game. Long losing streak, but we won't worry about that now. The Railsplitters with a chance to win it here. They lead it 21-20.
A lot of hard work out there by the young men out there on the field, and we've seen some signs here last few weeks of some improvement in the game on little aspects, and they put a lot of it together here tonight.
Lincoln comes to the line of scrimmage. And
it's nice
takes a knee.
It's nice to get into victory formation for a change.
Sure is.
Take that knee and let the clock run, and it's running. I think they may have one timeout left, but they may choose not to use it here because it won't do any good anyway. So it's just going to run out.
Lincoln Railsplitters 21 and the Lanphier Lions 20. And you're right, Coach. The clock's going to run down. Fans all on their feet here at Handlin Field in the bleachers. And the Lanphier Lions starting to make the walk across the field. And it's official. It's all over. The Railsplitters win it 21-20, and the Railsplitters celebrate. And now they're going out to shake hands, and the kids are running on the field. But the Railsplitters are shaking hands with the Lanphier Lions. Final score, Lincoln Railsplitters 21 and the Lanphier Lions 20. It's been a long time coming, Coach, but the Railsplitters have got a...
Lincoln Railer football on WLCN 96.3 FM and streaming live at WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Growl Incorporated, Fifth Street Food Mart, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, The Carpet House, Rick Ham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln IGA, Lincoln Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Eaton Corporation, Lincoln College, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Town and Country Bank, Timbercrest Veterinary Service, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital Market and Memorial Healthcare, Bright Ideas Screen Printing, Corey Leonard Shelter Insurance, Mama's Arcade Cafe, Collision Concepts, Headline Salon LLC, AG Farms and Trucking, State Bank of Lincoln, Culvers of Lincoln, Mike Mosky Auctioneer, Chicago Street Rentals on North Kickapoo Street, Connect Construction, Family Custom Cleaners, Tanning, Laundromat, and U-Haul, Stuffteria Pizza, Gary's Drywall, Finishing, Painting, and Power Washing, Denise Costello Salon, 419, Logan County Sheriff Steve Nichols and Deputies, Tarr Brothers Mechanical, Beck's Travel Plaza, and Flossie and Josina's Gourmet Grinding Gifts.